Hi, welcome along to Transfer Daily. Coming to you a little later today. It's a bank holiday over here in England today if you're watching from outside the UK. So it's a day of holiday here in the UK, the last big one for the summer. So I had a little line, but listen, we're here to give you the news on the transfers. There's only 1 week left. This time next week will be the last day where any transfer deals are going to get done, and it looks like it's going to be one of those for Arsenal where there are going to be things boiling down to the last day. The hottest news going out today is Luiz Gustavo has been heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. Arsenal apparently had scouts at Wolfsburg's game at the weekend taking a look at Gustavo, and they really interested in bringing Gustavo into the club to put into the heart of that midfield. Of course, that is his job. He's a holding midfielder. We've seen him do it for Brazil. He does it for Wolfsburg. Before that, he used to do it very successfully for Bayern Munich. And Arsenal, of course, were very heavily linked with him before he moved to Wolfsburg. And there were a lot of people that thought Arsenal were going to go and move and sign him, and they didn't. And then he decided to stay in Germany with Wolfsburg. But now Arsenal apparently back in for him. A lot of this apparently is to do with the fact that Sami Khedira has said that he's going to be staying at Real Madrid. So Real Madrid will not be selling Khedira. Carlo Ancelotti, manager of Real Madrid, came out with a statement over the weekend where he said, this is his quotes, he said, Khedira is happy here, he's staying, the matter is resolved, and he stays at Real Madrid. Now, whether a new contract has been signed, etc., that is the only way I could see that Khedira would stay. It wouldn't make any sense at all for Khedira to stay at Madrid and then leave there on a free in the summer. So if a new contract has been signed, that means Khedira definitely stays. So he's completely out of the picture. We take him out and we start to look at the other targets. And we know that Arsenal have been looking at Carvalho over there in Portugal at Sporting Lisbon. They're willing to sell, but they want a lot of money. And now Luiz Gustavo. Now Gustavo would make a good signing. We know that he's a very good holding midfielder, although he didn't have the greatest of World Cup. Very good in the tackle, very disciplined player who can just sit in front of that back four and mop up, and would make a very good option for Arsenal. But whether they're going to be able to pull this one over the line, there has been also talk that Arsenal may offer Lucas Podolski, who seems to be at the moment the make weight for loads of different deals. Apparently, if you read in a lot of newspaper and media outlets, that they may offer Lucas Podolski plus a little cash in a sort of swap deal for Luiz Gustavo. Again, these are things we're going to have to wait and see, but there definitely seems to be interest from Arsenal. Arsenal apparently also had scouts in Germany at the Bayer Leverkusen versus Borussia Dortmund game, which Leverkusen won that game. And apparently the spies from Arsenal are apparently taking a look at Marco Reus, who played in that game. Again, this is a lot of speculation, but there's still rumours going out there that Arsenal are interested in signing Reus. Again, that would be if we sold Podolski, that would be a great signing to bring in Marco Reus. But again, I don't know, are Arsenal really in for Marco Reus? I mean, the sort of money and sort of protracted deal, that would have to be something that's sort of trying to be taking place from now, not a sort of behind the scenes deal. I think we know a bit more about it, but those are the rumours that are going out there today. And also Kostas Manolas, this one's very intriguing. We've been hearing for a couple of weeks now that Manolas has done a medical, that Manolas is on the verge of signing for Arsenal. Well, we're hearing today now that apparently he's not going to be signing for Arsenal, that he's going to be joining Roma over there in Italy, Serie A. Apparently, Roma, they're going to be selling Mehdi Benatia, who's another player who's been linked with Arsenal, defender. Well, apparently Benatia's on his way to Bayern Munich, and Roma want Manolas to replace Benatia. So they're in, and apparently he's agreed, according to some reports coming out of Greece, he's agreed to join Roma, and will not be joining Arsenal. So we're going to have to watch this space on that one. And apparently one of the reasons why he prefers to join Roma is that Roma guaranteeing him that, you know, if you come and join us, you're going to play lots and lots of first-team football, which his agent apparently has been seeking guarantees on. He doesn't want to just come in and sort of play like second fiddle to Koscielny and Mertesacker. He wants to play a lot of first-team football, which of course he wouldn't. He'd have to wait his chance if he comes to Arsenal. He's even got Callum Chambers there as well that would threaten him any starts. So he apparently prefers to move to Roma and will join them instead of coming to Arsenal. So again, if that happens, Arsenal back in the look again for centre-back. And that could be some of the reasons why we've been hearing a lot of rumours about Winston Reid from West Ham, Arsenal. Those links have been getting heavier and heavier over the past couple of days. But those are the rumours today. Manolas apparently going to be joining Roma and won't be coming to Arsenal. So we're going to get loads and loads of news like that this week. It's going to be really, really hotting up. And I'll tell you what, Wednesday's game against Besiktas, absolutely crucial game for Arsenal. If we fail to qualify for the Champions League, I mean, that will knock all of our targets. I mean, there'd probably be a change on the targets. Anybody very expensive that we're looking at, we probably have to review that because we wouldn't have that Champions League money coming in. We won't be able to guarantee them Champions League football. And as we've seen, even with a massive club like Manchester United, look how they're struggling to get signings over the line because they have no Champions League football. Look at they're having to think about playing for Angel Di Maria because they haven't got Champions League football. That's what a lot of it boils down to. So, well, it's a massive, massive game as far as the transfer window is concerned for Arsenal on Wednesday night. Let's see what you guys are saying. Get into a couple of your comments. Dominic says he's interested in Arsenal signing El Shaarawy. He plays for Milan. He says he's played forward before and he's a very technical player, so he thinks that would be a good signing. Alexander A said Gustavo is such a good boy, good experience from the World Cup, Champions League, and has played many leagues all over the world, and of course he's great defensively. It's just what we need. Sivan Gunda says, trust me guys, Wenger will buy 2 players on deadline day and it will be none of these names mentioned. And I was chatting to a guy, I was at a wedding yesterday, I was chatting to a Guinevere, and he was asking me, who do I think is going to bring in? And I said, listen, how can you second guess a man who bought in Kim Kallstrom in the last window when everybody we were linked to, he didn't go for any of those. It's just literally impossible with Arsene Wenger. Laf 1993 says, did anyone see Gustavo in the World Cup? So he's obviously not a fan. It wasn't the greatest of World Cup for Gustavo. He started off pretty well, if I remember rightly, in the World Cup, but then, like all the other Brazilian players, didn't do very well. RG Evans says we need to stop signing midgets. Come on, he's not. He may not be 6 foot. Listen, a holding midfielder doesn't have to be 7 foot tall, look like Patrick Vieira. He's just got to be disciplined. He's got to be a great tackler. Listen, it is good to have size in that position, that imposing size, but listen, you also need someone who's going to have that discipline in that position. AFC NYC says William Carvalho would be the best defensive midfielder, but we won't sign him because everyone and their mother owns a piece of him. That's true. Third party, fourth party, fifth party ownership ways. Yeah. Laf 1993 also says he prefer Wanyama over Gustavo. I'm not sure about that. Magisterin, I hope I pronounced that right. He said Mascherano would be a great buy, but I don't think Luis Enrique would sell him. I think no chance that he's, a top player. Nah, I can't see that. Cameron Morris says, I swear, stop saying Cavani. We won't get Cavani. There's no way we'll go in, and PSG have got Zlatan and they'll just not sell him. So many comments coming through. Brilliant comments. Phil Arsenal says, I would have a striker over a DM or centre back Who would want to play behind Mertesacker, Koscielny, and Chambers? All right, okay. And there's been quite a lot of fans here coming in the timeline saying that we should try and sign Alexander Pato, Brazilian. Again, another one of these players that always seem to be injured. Why would we take a risk with him? I wouldn't really understand that one, but no, I wouldn't. Me personally, wouldn't be the sort of player that I'd be interested in. And quite a few of you also mentioning Alex Song, who has been linked with move to Arsenal, who could be the sort of player that you could see come in at Arsenal if they fail to get, say, a Gustavo and Kadira falls down like what we're hearing. And if all of those targets fail, it could be somebody like Alex Song coming back into Arsenal. It's going to be a really, really, really interesting week here in the transfer window. As I said, 1 week to go. This time next week will be the last day, and we will find out who Arsenal are going to sign with. We really, I'm sure I speak for all Arsenal fans here, where we say that we're really hoping that Arsenal fill those positions that we need. We saw on Saturday there's certain positions that need to be sorted out. If we can sort those out, we will have such a strong team and strong bench this season. But we just got to sort out those vital positions. Thanks for watching Transfer Daily today. We'll be back at the normal time tomorrow. For everybody over here in the UK, enjoy your bank holiday. The weather's not the greatest, but enjoy it, and we'll be back tomorrow.